Now, the big issue in the national capital is the air pollution crisis. The Supreme Court has taken up the matter and asked for an emergency plan from the government. Now, this is an annual crisis, and we see in Delhi that requires long-term measures. Well, we're now joined by two young boys who are doing their bit to fight air pollution and waste in Delhi. Vihaan and Nav Agarwal, who are 17 and 14 years old, received the 2021 Kids Right International Children's Peace Prize for developing an initiative to segregate recyclables and organic pickups for trash from thousands of homes. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us on the program today. And I just want to tell our viewers that earlier winners of this prestigious award have included environmental activist Greta Thunberg and Nobel laureate Malala Yousafzai. So thank you for joining us on the show this morning, and tell us a bit about your this effort that you made. Vihaan, first to you, if you could tell us about the effort.
Thank you so much for having us. Yes, so basically our initiative called One Step Greener works around three primary aspects. The first is teaching people the importance of waste segregation and teaching them how to segregate their waste, which is very important. After education, we realized that the current waste management system was actually ending up in the landfill even if you segregated your waste. So therefore, we have a monthly and now bi-monthly door-to-door waste pickup of recyclables that we take from people's homes, take it to our warehouse where we micro-segregate it into categories. So for example, if you give us paper, we segregate it into A4 size paper, newspaper, etc. Then aggregate those micro-categories and give directly to certified recyclers, not only by the PCB and the government, but also through us, where we do surprise checks on them to ensure 100% of the waste that we get is actually recycled. And we also realize that, when we're addressing the root cause, because almost 30% of Delhi's air pollution is either directly or indirectly contributed by waste, that we also needed to work towards the effects of it. Because even if we stop our emissions now, there's so much carbon in the atmosphere that it's still going to cause climate change, right? So because of that, we do urban afforestation, where we've planted in groves over 2,000 native indigenous trees inside Delhi.
Well, wonderful to see this effort. Now, if you could also tell us a bit about, why is it that you felt so strongly, you're going out of your way, a time that you could have spent, playing video games, meeting friends, that you spend on this effort. So if you could tell us, how did you get so passionate about helping tackle the pollution crisis?
Right. So this started in 2017, and basically one of the world's largest landfills, the Ghazipur landfill, which is 65 meters tall, collapsed, caught on fire, killed 2 people, and released tons of toxic gases. And, we always wanted to do something for the environment because we saw the tremendous impact it was having on our health. Because my brother is asthmatic, every year as the air pollution worsened, so did his health. And that's, after we learned that, waste directly contributes to air pollution, that's when it really struck for us that, yes, it is a really big issue and we really need to tackle it.
No, absolutely. And this, this waste issue and this landfill that is there, even at NDTV here, we've reported on it extensively over years and years, but it's still there. It's still such a huge cause of concern and, a source of pollution. And as you said, it's a hazard as well for people. And Vihaan, what do you feel that, even though we all know this is a problem, media has reported it, you young kids are doing something about it, the government knows it's a problem, but yet it seems we can't do anything about this landfill. It's still, it's still there, and garbage is still thrown in it.
I think it's a systematic issue. I think the systems themselves are broken. There are all kinds of mafias along with waste. Like, we've been working in waste. We've been exposed to the mafias in waste. And, there are different problems in the system. So, even if you segregate your waste, and which is mandated by the government, the waste is mixed up during the process. So, these systematic issues also, obviously, there are no private players directly involved in the picking up of waste or recycling. And, to the extent that, our recyclers, our homegrown factories, etc., who are recycling waste, are actually importing waste from other countries. So I think the systematic issue is to get the waste from people's homes in a clean and segregated way to the recyclers. And I think that's the gap we're filling. And that's, again, that's the source of the problem.
All right. Well, great to know you've given it so much thought and, had an experience. You can actually tell us about some of the, issues and obstacles that you face. Now, are you hopeful that given year after year we report on this pollution crisis and we talk about various measures, you have the Supreme Court getting involved, are you hopeful that, maybe in the years to come, maybe a few years from now, we will actually be able to tackle this issue?
Yes, I'm certainly hopeful because I have definitely seen a change in people's behavior as the pollution crisis has become worse. And I'm seeing a lot more people being more conscious about themselves, about the impact and the carbon footprint they have on the planet. So yes, I am hopeful about the fact that, in a couple of years, I feel that the pollution crisis could really become better.
Well, let's really hope so. Vihaan, what would you like to say on this?
Yes, for sure, I agree with Nav, but I think more actionable steps have to be taken to cut the problem from the source and not, allow the waste to actually end up in the landfill or, the air pollution to begin at. So once the problem is cut from the source, then definitely I am hopeful. But till that happens, then it is unlikely.
All right. Well, thank you so much, for joining us on the program, and more power to you, and hope you inspire more young people to get involved, because we complain about things, but very often we don't actually get involved and try to do something about it. So it's great to see two young men like you trying to do something about the pollution crisis. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.